Welcome and how's it going, everybody? I'm excited to welcome you in today. I'm going to go over something huge in business, something that took me forever to fully understand. For those of you who do not know, it's Chris Stacks, Christopher Stacy. I'm coming to you from sunny South Florida in the Fit Studios. Today, I am going to discuss one of the most confused words in business. Many of you are going to be like, I don't understand what he's talking about. I don't get it. I don't think that big. If you don't think that big, I'm going to tell you right now, don't stay on my channel. Go watch something else. Go watch somebody that's just going to motivate you and tell you everything's great. That's not my story. That's not what I'm here to talk about. For those of you who stuck around, I'm excited. As many of you know, I come from a health and fitness background, personal trainer, strength coach, and now I'm in the financial services industry, life insurance and retirement. But listen, today I'm not here to talk to you specifically about either one. I'm here to talk to you about recruiting. In 2021, that word has become almost like taboo. You say you're recruiting, you say you believe in recruiting, you say you're building something, everybody's like, oh my goodness, I don't understand it. The CEO of the firm I work with, PHP Agency, Patrick Bet-David, he did a great interview with Kobe Bryant. He said, Kobe, what was it that enabled you to recruit people to come play with you with the Lakers? He said, it was simple. I said, you want to win? You want to be the best? Come play with me. You want to finish second? Go somewhere else. So he was recruiting. You look at Derek Jeter on the Yankees. Derek Jeter recruited people to come play with the Yankees to make sure that they won championships and pennants. If you look at the Cowboys back in the day, they recruited Deion Sanders, they recruited Michael Irvin, they recruited all these people. But in any other type of business, if people don't understand, they don't have a business mentality versus an employee mentality, let's take a step back. When you look at your job, did you get recruited? No, I put in a resume. So they recruited you based on your resume. So you went to Monster, you went to one of these job sites and you put in a resume, but people don't realize that. So what's the difference between you building a business and recruiting as long as everybody's getting paid? Because in my experience at a lot of jobs, people aren't getting paid the way they should be. But I'm getting off topic. So sticking to my fitness and my finance background, so when you're recruiting, most people forget, okay, I'm an IFBB pro, I'm an NPC competitor, I'm coming up the ranks, I'm a personal trainer, I'm a strength coach, I'm a chiropractor, anything that you want to go down the health and fitness world, or if you want to go, to the other side, if you want to go to the financial world, I'm trying to build a business, but what do you really need? Usually you need a mentor, you need a coach, you need somebody to train you. But along the way, how are you going to choose who you're going to have as your coach, as your trainer, as your mentor, anything of that nature? To do that, to reach that level, you have to recruit followers. Now, people forget when I'm recruiting followers, you're not like going up to people and say, hey, just follow me online. No, you have to give them a reason to want to follow you. You have to put out content that's quality enough where they want to follow you, where they understand, man, when I get up and I watch Patrick Bet-David, I'm jacked up and he's telling me the truth and he's talking straight to me. If I follow Gary Vee is going to teach me or turn me into the next social media guru. If I follow Tom Bilyeu, and yes, I'm telling you some of the people that I follow, if I follow Tom Bilyeu, he's going to give it to me straight. He's got, advice with his wife. So many good things. Wonderful. But why are people following you? What you don't realize, or if you haven't realized this, I might have just given you literally I unlocked the key to get you to where you want to be. You haven't realized yet that you're recruiting followers. But if you're not being followed, then you're obviously not giving them what they're looking for. Number 2, second step, clients. Personal trainer, I'll go down the list again, but you have to recruit clients. And once you recruit those clients, you have to retain them, just like followers. You can build a massive following, you can go out and buy followers, but if those people don't actually like you, if they don't actually understand your content, if they don't believe in your content, they're not going to keep following you. So that all those bot people don't matter. If you're building a real following, if you're building a real army that's going to go accomplish something, that's going to go, look to do better, the next step is having clients. Personal trainer, recruiter, financial, anything. You're looking to have clientele. And even if you're like, well, I don't want to sell anything. Well, why? How are you going to pay your bills? Well, I don't want to recruit anybody. Great, you're going to stay broke. Because in no matter what fashion you're in, you could be running a fast food joint, you could be running a restaurant, you could be doing anything. You have to bring in clients. You have to bring in clientele. And it doesn't matter what it is. Tell me you don't need clients to make money. And lastly, if you're in the fitness industry specifically, you're always looking for sponsors. NPC competitions, IFBB competitions, travel, tan, suits, go down the list. It's expensive. I mean, Mandy being an IFBB pro, my wife, if y'all do not already follow her, Mandy Stacy on pretty much all social media. I am very blessed to have such a beautiful wife. But when you look at her, she's an IFBB pro. She had a suit sponsor. She had a tanning sponsor. But when you add these up, $1,000 for a suit, $300 for a tan, airfare if you're not competing local, time off from work, food, gym memberships, go down the list. You're looking at $1,000. You're probably looking at $3,000, $4,000 to compete in one competition if you're not doing it on a shoestring budget. So let's say shoestring budget, you're looking at $2,000. If you're not recruiting followers, which is going to build up your client list, which is also going to help you pick up sponsorships, then it's all coming out of pocket. But if you're competing, yes, you can compete because you love it and you enjoy it, but let's be real. If you're competing because the goal is to do that as a full-time job. You want to do that as a career, which means you want sponsorships. If you want to go in the fitness industry, look at Phil Heath, Dexter the Blade Jackson, all these individuals that have been doing it for years and have either created their own company or are sponsored by somebody else's. But where did it all start? Look at, if you want to stay in the fitness industry, look at Kai Green. Kai Green is one of my favorite posers, and obviously now he also has an amazing company. But when you look at Kai Green has one of the best followings in the fitness industry. So even if you're an athlete, and you're not professional as far as you don't play in the NBA, the MLB, any one of those, big nationally affiliated sports leagues, then what are you doing? You've got to be a coach. You've got to be someone that people want to follow or watch. Juji Mufu, for instance, he's not necessarily an IFBB pro from what I understand yet. I know he's been looking at competing, but he's made it so people want to see what he does next. Perfect example is Howard Stern. People listen to Howard Stern. People listen to Howard Stern as a follower, whether they hate him or they loved him. If they loved him, they listened for an hour. If they hated him, they listened for 90 minutes because they wanted to know what he said next. So on your social media, when you're showing up or making appearances, do people want to know what you're doing next, saying next? Do they want to hear your content or do they not care? Followers allow you to develop clientele and sponsors. And everybody forgets that it's all through recruiting. We're always recruiting. When I got married, I was lucky enough to recruit an amazing woman. If you're married, whether it's your spouse, your husband, wife, etc., you recruited them to your life. And many people just look at recruiting as a dirty word and don't realize it's potentially the number one thing that they're missing to get to the next level. Listen, I appreciate you guys staying with me today. I hope you liked what you heard. If you didn't, feel free to tell me that too. But smash that thumbs up, hit subscribe, hit like if this is on Instagram or IGTV, and do me a favor and share this, please, with one friend. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Till next time.